working. There are many uses of animals. We use animals for clothing. We use wool and animal hair to make clothing. We use the hides. We use the skin for leather. We use obviously the meat to eat eggs. We use eggs. We eat eggs. We use the milk to drink and also to make cheeses. We also use the bones of animals for jewelry, and in some Chinese traditional medicine, they use bones of animals. How important, in your opinion, Javier, is it? How important is it to domesticate and use animals on a daily basis? How important is the agriculture industry in Europe?
In my opinion, the animal is the first meat for the humans. It's difficult to make another type of animal or type of food, but it's true that several companies is trying to making another type of food. But in my opinion, the food of animal is the best for the human because it has a lot of vitamin protein that other type of product don't have. But in reality, in the world, in the for me back opinion, only we have animal, and maybe in the future, if several companies are or no, no, work hard in research in researches to in about the food, maybe we will have good aliment, but in fact, in the present, only we have animal to meat, and for this reason, I think that there are farms, there are companies, and there are places where we produce aliment for the humans.
This is correct. The agriculture sector has been criticized because of the contamination. Will the agriculture sector continue to grow as the population grows, or do you think that we will be forced to become not vegetarians, but forced to eat less meat in the future to minimize contamination and pollution?
I think, in fact, nowadays we have a problem with the agriculture in Spain because it's don't raining nowadays. For this reason, a lot of farmers have a problem with their cultives. For this reason, I think that it's difficult to make or produce several products like a product that we have in the earth, because the earth or land have a lot of nutrients that the vegetables have for from from it or from it. And in my opinion, nowadays also there are um, some food like vegetable, but in fact, in my opinion, there are or they
Today, currently, tractors and industrial machinery are expensive. Fran, do you think in the future we can expect cheaper ways of farming? Or do you think that as the population grows, the demand will increase and in fact farming will become more expensive?
Well, it's depend of the situations in the next years because it's similar like electric cars. At the beginning, it's very expensive, but when some years pass, the price decrease. And I think that this should happen with tractors and the other industrial machines because the companies can create new models with a lower price, and this will be a good solution. However, nowadays the price of everything is increasing because of the inflations and war and coronavirus, etc. So probably in the next years, the price will increase even more. So I think it's difficult nowadays think about the decrease of the price of tractor, for example.
That's interesting. You did mention cars as an example. I think that this is true for second-hand cars. If you buy a car with old technology, you can find a car for quite a reasonable and cheap price. But even if you look for a newer version of a gasoline car, you still pay a high price even today. And that's because of the added technology and safety features, whatever the car might have. So I think that the best solution is to reuse and to recycle instead of throwing away something because it doesn't work, or instead of selling your old vehicle because it doesn't run perfectly well as you expect it to. I think people should fix things instead of consuming. People should fix things, yes, and this will obviously keep the expenses as low as they possibly can be. There it is. Thank you. So today's